Warning! The following video contains flashing images.
Welcome to Gumjo News, at whatever time you're watching this at. I'm Sam Mighty.
And I'm GrandMasterFlash. We're here to take a brief look at the best news of July 2017. Our top stories of the month.
The Tesla Model 3 starts shipping and we go to California to check it out.
Controversy grows around Trump and our Russian correspondent delves in to find out more.
AMD takes a wraps of its new Vega graphics cards. I go over to AMD's headquarters to check them out.
And naturally, we can't forget about news at home, as BBC publishes the wages of its biggest stars.
And finally, we also can't forget about all the brilliant, fantastic, good, and other words that are positive news that's going on around the globe.
With positive news. That's a hell of a lot of positivity.
Agreed.
We travelled to California on our private jet to
because we can obviously afford a private jet with a massive Gumjo budget.
To check out the Tesla Model 3 and drive some electric cars.
Because we can obviously drive.
Now, to California.
We've travelled all the way to California because this is obviously the California desert.
On my left, we have the latest, well, not the latest is obviously the Tesla Model 3, but that's just being shipped. We have the Tesla Model S, the sleek bonnet, an ergonomical, urban, modern design.
Because obviously Tesla offer an R-Sport variant. To my right, we have the newest and modern petrol car, yet it is still rusty and relative to the modern electric cars, and is highly dirty, polluting ones.
What we are testing: features, range, safety and acceleration. Features!
So as you can see, we're here in the nice and new Tesla car with the legit Tesla logo on it, because this is obviously a Tesla, like I said. And I'm going to show you some of the features, namely in the full navigation system here. Imagine this is taking up the entire space. So the Tesla has very new tech, so everything can be controlled on panel. So for example, we can connect it to the internet. So let's see, this looks like the internet. And it also has zero emissions, with less sound pollution, and can drive itself, like it is doing now. Look, no hands on the steering wheel.
And naturally, the brand new petrol car has no new features. Now, where is the charger for my phone?
Range.
We're back in the UK with these two cars, ready to embark on the longest journey from the north of Scotland to Land's End in Cornwall. Sam Mighty will be driving this Tesla Model S, and I'll be in this ultra rusty petrol car. And we'll see what the result will be.
See you in Land's End.
See you. Yep. Okay, so for heaven's sake, where are you?
I am stuck only 1 kilometre from John O'Groats. Electric cars have such rubbish range. Safety.
Although these are the most popular cars worldwide, petrol cars are incredibly unsafe, ultimately being petroleum bombs on wheels. In fact, in 2015, Wikipedia recorded 35,092 deaths as a result from petrol cars crashing and exploding in the end.
Thus, electric cars are safer. Acceleration. Electric cars has instant acceleration. Wow, it just jumped from one spot of the drive to another. Conclusion.
Overall, Tesla looks like a very compelling option, as well as electric cars in general, with zero emissions, a more ergonomic and modern design, as well as being much more safer.
But there is still the range issue, meaning that you cannot take electric cars for a long drive or on holiday perhaps. And while this is still a problem, there is always going to be a competitive petrol or diesel market.
But with plans to phase out petrol cars by 2050 altogether, the future of electric cars sure does look bright at the moment. Over the last months, there's been a lot of controversy surrounding Donald Trump.
Over to our Eastern European correspondent, Vladimir Paultin in Russia.
Can't talk long. I'm in prison in Russia. Putin's on me somewhere. Dunno. In his latest attack on the media, Donald Trump gave a misleading account of news reports regarding a previously undisclosed second conversation that we had with Russian President Vladimir Putin at the G20 summit. The New York Times reported on July the 18th, more than a week after the G20 summit in Germany, that Putin and Trump had a second, private, undisclosed conversation. President Donald Trump voiced optimism that there are very positive things in store for United States and Russia. If you know anything about the United States and Russia, and there's nothing positive about the both of them. As he sat down with President Putin on Friday for a historic first meeting, seated next to Putin in Germany, Trump said it was an honour to be with Putin. As journalists were briefly allowed in to witness part of the meeting, Trump said that he and Putin had very, very good talks. Wow. Very, very good talks there were between Trump and Putin. Will that change anything? We don't know. It was also, the meeting was exactly 2 hours and 16 minutes. That's the exact same length as Shrek 3 movie. So either they had very good talks or a very good movie. God knows. God is God.
This month has seen the release of AMD's latest graphics card, Vega.
However, it's received a mixed response from the tech community, who say it's not as good as we expected it to be. Over to AMD's headquarters,
where we undertake a treacherous journey to get in on the action.
I'm at AMD's headquarters to look at AMD Vega. Now, let's go and break in to go and find it. Now, where's the AMD CEO exactly?
Mission Impossible!
Excuse me, sir?
Yes?
And you're here?
I am here to see AMD Vega.
Okay, and you are?
Obviously, Linus Tech Tips.
Oh, of course! Welcome, please.
Thank you.
Right, come this way.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry? You are?
I'm Linus Tech Tips, here to see AMD Vega.
I don't think so, mate. I mean, no, I just don't think so.
I've got signed off. No,
No,
I've got
sorry,
an appointment and
I don't, no.
And here, my friends, is AMD Vega, the most hotly anticipated, hyped up, long-awaited graphics card line in memorable memory. And here it is. Hang on. Is that, one second, am I seeing this? Is that really? It's a lump of coal. You failed us, AMD. You failed me. You failed the people who burnt NVIDIA graphics cards in the streets. You failed Team Red. You failed the content creators who all wanted something other than quadros. You failed. You failed the computing crowd. Why? Oh, why can you not get the GPUs right when you got Ryzen so well? AMD, I'm off to Team Green. Back to the studio. Now on to some, say, more controversy!
This time involving BBC gender pay inequality.
Over to London, where our correspondent DAB Archipelago goes to the BBC headquarters.
I have travelled a perilous journey to reach the BBC headquarters, which are now behind me. The BBC have recently come under fire over allegations of a gender pay gap. I am here to interview the genuine head of BBC, Tim Davies. Hello.
Hello.
What are your thoughts on the recent gender pay allegations?
That's a good question. I need to give it some thought. And after that I'll think about it a bit more and let you know.
Okay. Were you responsible for them? Who is?
Let me absolutely say, without hesitation, and let's not delay the response, let's think about it a bit more, and without question, be upfront about it.
Okay. So, what is your response to my question?
As I said, I'm not going to delay in responding, I'm not going to hesitate, and I should be above board.
Okay. Have any recent investigations within the BBC been carried out, or not? Has it been fully external investigations?
No one tells me anything, but I'm sure something's happening.
Okay. So, you're not aware of anything happening within the BBC?
Is something going on at the BBC?
There's been gender pay mismatches. Male people have had much more pay than females.
I'm not going to stand for that.
No?
Are you sure about this?
Yeah,
Who told you?
The BBC.
Really?
So Tim Davies didn't know much, or seemed not to know much, but actually, over 2/3 of the BBC stars that earned more than £150,000 annually were all male. Anyway, back to the video.
Now it's time for positive news. 60 seconds to tell you the most positive news of the month.
Start the clock.
Elon Musk gets a verbal go-ahead for the Hyperloop, the new super-fast form of transport.
The Bitcoin, an online international currency, is now valued more than gold. This shows how far digital currencies have come.
A bike is stolen back by a Bristol cyclist.
A teenager who grew up in the slums of Nairobi is awarded a scholarship to the best ballet school in the UK.
Elon Musk says AI is the biggest threat. Ironically, a security bot then proceeds to drown itself.
This month, New York City has seen the least number of shootings of any month in modern history.
The most detailed scan of the brain's wiring is created. Great for all those researchers out there.
North Sea cod is now apparently a sustainable resource. Good for fish and chips and the British tourism industry.
Lake District is named a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Great.
And a couple tie the knot by getting married in British Antarctic territory.
Stop the clock. This month has seen many things, from cars to apparent sexism in the media.
But all in all, it's been a fairly mixed month, with nothing particularly drastic occurring.
I've been Case and Mighty.
And I've been GrandMasterFlash.
On to
August.